Okay, so good morning again. The Lord is risen. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Truly he is risen. Hallelujah, hallelujah. All right, guys. So without further ado here, got a few people missing here. So let's look at the homework. All right. So we look at magnets. Yeah, so we'll look at magnets, look at the, yeah, Madav, you were not there, but you just have to keep up. Yeah, Madav?
I had a few questions from the textbook.
Yeah, well, let's do the homework first. Okay.
No, yeah, from the homework.
Yeah, from the homework, yeah. Okay, so let's start with number 7 here. You can lower your hand, Madav. So how can a magnet have its polarity reversed? You might have had to read a little bit about this. Can you sort of change the, okay, Madav?
If you have an external magnetic field that's larger than the magnitude trying to change,
Yeah, that's correct.
and it's in the opposite direction.
Yeah, that's correct. So you can have, like, thank you, a magnet has a north and a south pole. You can sort of reverse this provided that you put it in the magnetic field strong enough to flip it. Very good. Draw a magnetic field map around a small bar magnet. Can you tell from this field map where the oh, that's something I don't remember if I mentioned this. Let's go back to that. So hold on, give me a second here. I will just where am I going to put this here? Okay, give me a second. Something else I want to teach you here. There we go. All right, so I'm coming back. Oh, or laptop can hear it. Something I forgot to mention here is this. That's going to be for next year too. The closer. So the closer field lines are to each other, the closer field lines are to each other, the stronger the field is at this location. Right. So the closer, the stronger. And that this is true for all types of fields. So electrical field, gravitational field, magnetic field lines. All right. So the closer they are to each other, the stronger the field is in this location. So for number 8, well, you remember here, if you have a bar magnet. So you remember, like, magnetic field lines outside a magnet goes from north to south. But they don't end there, right? So they go from south to north. They're always continuous. All right. Whoops, I didn't do a good job here, but anyway. All right, and then this is like perfectly symmetric. It should look perfectly symmetric. It's not, but anyway. So these are the magnetic field lines. And where would you expect the magnetic field to be strongest? Well, it's, of course, right here and right here, because you can see here that the field lines are very close together, right? They're close together, right? close together. Whereas here, they're farther apart. So when they're farther apart, the field is not as strong. Okay. All right. Okay. What's the right-hand rule for straight conductors? Anyone can tell me like the right-hand rule for straight conductors? Very quick. Yeah, D.
You point your thumb towards the current flow, and then whichever way your fingers crawl.
Yeah, that's correct. So yeah. Okay, so let's do this here. So I would like, let me see here. I think I do annotate. Let me see here. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, so you can all annotate. No, I don't want to annotate now. No, I don't want to annotate. Okay. All right. So can anyone sort of, who would like to draw the magnetic field around this? Anyone? Max? Okay, so draw it. Draw the best of the ability.
How do I do that?
Well, you go. There's something here. If you go on the bottom, on the top, I don't know where it is. It says annotate, and you can annotate. You can write on mine. Copy.
Where is it? View under options.
Okay, it's probably more.
Yeah, I found it. Okay, so
there are view options. Yeah.
So this one, it goes.
Yeah.
Like,
do your best. Whoa, no, that doesn't look good.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, you draw it a little bit like a winding, but that's not. It's not a wire. Okay. So thank you.
Okay.
So how do we erase? Can I erase on mine, or it's you who have the authority to erase this? I don't know.
I think I have to erase it.
You think? Because it doesn't. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah. So if you use like right-hand rule number 1, so the current is going this way, so the magnetic field are going like this around. So it's going to look like this here. All right. So like that. All right. So that's the magnetic field here. Okay, goes around. Okay. So whoa, why is it that it doesn't? This is so. Okay, it's a little slow here. It should appear. I don't know when. Let me sort of share this again.
Wait, it would just be circles, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit of circle. You don't. It's not like a single wire here. I'm gonna show you in a second here.
Okay.
Poor little computer here. Yeah. So this is how it looks here. All right. So the magnetic field, of course, goes like this. All right. Is that okay? All right. Okay. Anyone wants to do this? Draw. Anyone wants to draw this one? Come on, quick.
Give me redemption, please.
I'll choose. Not Madhav. Okay, draw this. Do this one here. Okay, you do your best, but okay, you have to show me the direction too. Yeah, very good. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, that's the direction. Of course, you have to make it a nice circle. I guess it's because you cannot do it like nice, but it's a nice circle. That's very good. Okay, someone else for this one here. Someone else? Come on. Come on. All right. Come on, Allison. There we go. Allison. So show me here, like direction of the magnetic field. So you go on view option, you said annotate, and you do your best. I know it might be a little bit hard, but Allison, are you doing it? Allison Rowe, are you there? Allison, are you there? Yes? No? Okay. People likes to chat, but you can talk. Where's the annotate? It's under view options. Where's this, guys? Like, Where's the view option? Is it on the bottom of your screen or up
At the
or
top.
up top? Up top. Find it, Allison. Okay, I don't know. Did you find it, Allison? You annotate? Not yet. Okay, well,
Mouse over to the top of the screen.
Yeah, top of the screen. I don't know if I on desktop it's top under the blue drop down. Bro, no, it's a lady, all right? So move your cursor to the top of the screen. Yeah, you should say like sis. Actually, you don't use this. What is that, Leo? Come on. It's next to the you are viewing Benoit Leduc's screen. Okay, do you get it, like Allison? All right. Okay. Well, no, I don't have that option. You don't have that options. You should have that options. Okay. All right. So let's move to the next one under my list. It's alphabetic by your first name. Aditi. There we go. Aditi. Do this one here. Aditi. Aditi, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yes. So yeah, the arrow, it's a little bit hard to see, right? But I think you're okay. Yeah, so it's like this. Yep, that's correct. So very good. Okay, next one, this one. Quick. Yeah, Aditya. Yeah, do it. Do your best. Okay, Aditya will do this. And then, yeah, Max, do you have a questions?
Can you give me a chance to redeem myself?
Yeah, for the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay, that's good. It has to be a circle, Aditya, but I know it's hard. Yeah, very good. But yeah, excellent. Okay, Max, do this one here. Yeah. Okay, so put the direction. Yeah, okay, just put the direction with arrows. No, it's the current is going this way, right? So it's like this. Yeah, you're right. Okay, good. Yeah, so make sure it's because I didn't know where it was. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, very good. Okay, so let's do the, how do you erase this? I have no idea how to erase. What about if I do clear page? No, it doesn't work on mine. Does anyone know how do I erase everything, or it's you who has to erase, or what? Does anyone know?
I think we have to erase it.
You have to erase it?
Yeah, whoever
Okay.
draws it erases.
Yeah, probably there's an eraser. Clear. It's probably clear. I'll try this. Clear all drawing. There we go. There you go. Got it. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so next. So who wants to do A? Aditya again. Okay, Aditya, do A. There we go. So, so Aditya. So here it's gonna be, let's see, Derek. Oh, I haven't seen Derek for a long time. So Derek, you're gonna do this one. And then Ethan Luan. There we go. So Ethan, you're gonna do this one. All right. Aditya. No, here, like it's not a circle, right, Aditya? Is you need to tell me this is a magnetic field, right, Aditya? So they ask you like in which direction the current goes through this. So is it going out of the page or is it going into the page, Aditya? Yeah. Okay, Derek, are you doing this one? Derek.
Wait, sir. So do you want me to like?
Whoa, wow, it's
Oh,
hard.
sorry.
I know it's hard. What's
Sir,
that?
Do you want me to draw a circle or draw an arrow like the previous examples?
This one?
No, I'm doing C, but like because you said for DJs you didn't want the circle. Do you?
No, I don't want. It's not a circle. They
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
me
okay.
for the current direction of the current.
right.
Come on, Derek. Like do this. Okay, Aditya, come on. Okay. All right. So yeah, I like that. It's big. Okay. No. Just leave it there. Okay, Derek, you should have left it there. Okay. So Ethan. Yeah, very good. That's the direction of the current. Yes. Okay, Derek. So let's see here. So in the all right. So yeah, that's correct. And that's correct. Okay, that's very good. Okay, you got this. All right, very good. So let me clear all. No drawing. Excellent. All right. Done this. Okay, that's good. All right, so let's do this one here. So let's have like Jeffrey. There you go, Jeffrey. Do this. Who else gonna be like Jerry? Oh, I haven't heard about Jerry in a long time. Jerry, and let's say Mason. There you go, Mason. Do this. Jeffrey Song. Okay, so show me the direction, Jerry. Okay, so Jeffrey. No, Jeffrey. No, Jeffrey. It's not out. It's in, away. All right. So the magnetic field goes like this. So it's
to draw
into the page. Oh, Jerry, this is like, I guess this is your arrow here. Yeah, that's correct, Jeffrey. Mason, yeah, that's correct. This one, this is your arrow, I would presume, Jerry. So let me see here. So yeah, that's correct as well. Okay, that's very good. Okay, this is very long to do this, so I'll go like a little bit like fast. So I'm not gonna ask you like anyone. All right, because I want to get moving with the lecture here. Okay, so yeah, so as you said here, all right, so this is like this. This one here, you can see here that the current is going here. The current is going like here and like here, right? So that means that the current is moving away from you right here, right? Okay, so like this one here, so let's do this. Well, I'm gonna ask only one person. So who wants to do like A here? Wants to do A? Okay, Max, do A. So which side is north, which side is south? Yeah. So you found out which direction the current flows. Okay, so what? Yeah. Okay, so what is this one here? Max, what is this? This arrow? Max.
It's the direction of the current.
Okay, but you have to put the current goes in the wire, not here, right?
Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah.
So you have to put it right there. Okay, can you sort of do this here? Yes, very good. Yes, very good. Okay, so let's do this here. Oh, hold on a second here. So the current goes in your coil this way. So if you use your thumb, the thumb points up, right, Max? So this one here is going to be north, and this one is going to be south, right? You wrap the coil in direction. So wrap the coil direction of the current, right? So and your thumb is moving up, right? So it's going to be up. Are you good? No, you I'd be sorry. Just a question of learning. All right. No, it's okay. That's okay. I'll do it. I'm good. All right, good. So yeah, so this is plus, this is minus. The current comes in, goes behind, comes here, right? Goes back. Right-hand rule number 2. So this is thumb is here. This is north. This one here, like the current goes from high to low, so it goes behind, comes in the front, like that. Okay, so it's the same orientation. Same. The current goes in the same direction as this one. So this is north and this is south, right? All right, this one here, same thing, plus and minus. It goes this way. So, whoops, goes like that. So you wrap it. So this is north and this is south. Same thing like this here. So it goes like this. All right, and then it goes back. So right-hand rule number 2. This is north and south. This one here, you have north and you have south, so you have to decide in which direction it goes. So if it's north, your thumb is pointing this direction, right? So the current goes in the coil like this, right? So it'll be like that. Whoops, all right. Right, so the current comes here, right? This one is the other way around. The north is this, so your thumb is this way. So that will be, so it'll be like this. Right, right. You good for that? Okay, so any question for, I don't know which one I assign you, like 24 or something like that? Are you good? That's okay, Max. That happens to everyone, as long as you learn. Any question? You're good? Yeah? Okay. All right, so hopefully you, so I don't know how I'm gonna sort of teach this, like, this is like, I wish we were at school, because I have a very big motor. Today we're gonna sort of learn how a electric motor works. Okay, so let's start with this here.
Wait, sir, can you take up the other homework questions? Because I didn't know how to do them.
Yeah, also we can bring.
Which one?
You left out page 584, number 3, page 599, number 10, 13, and 17.
Hold on a second. There were more? Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Which one?
So from page 599, are there still number 10, 13, and 17?
599. Oh, 584?
Yeah, 584.
Okay, what was 584? Hold on a second. What was that? Number what? Number 1 to 3? What are similarities
Just
and
number 3, just
differences
number
between
3.
magnetic fields? This?
Let me pull up the question. Because it wasn't attached in the file.
I see. You see, I removed like 25 because there was like, anyway. Is it 584? Number 1, 2, and 3?
Just number 3, I think, is what you
How is the
wrote.
5 magnetic field lines always form closed loops? Another way of saying that a magnet always has a north and a south pole. Well, if you were like, if the electrical charge, you can separate them, right? You can have a positive, you can have a negative sign all by themselves. All right. So here you have positive, and remember here the electrical field lines are like that. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, with a magnet, there's always a north and a south, no matter what you do. Okay. So if you had only a north pole by itself, right? So magnetic field lines will go out in the same way as an electrical. Oh, sorry. Can you see this like here or?
Oh, yeah, I can.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, it's because I didn't put my screen back here. There we go. All right. However, they always come in pairs here. So you have the North Pole here, and then it comes back into the south, okay? And then you have to understand here, like, like this is a collection of tiny magnets. So if you had to blow up like this bar magnet, it would be a form of like tiny magnets, so to speak. Okay, and this is like this is going to be like south and north and south and north. Anyway, so the key point here is that the magnetic field line is always continuous because you cannot separate them. Okay. All right,
Okay,
just
fine.
take it as this. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so let's go back to this here. So when you have if you have a charge that is if you have a particle that is charged and it's moving, and you make it move in a magnetic field, it will experience a magnetic force. It will experience a force, provided that the direction of the velocity of the charged particle and the magnetic field is not collinear. Okay. But we're not going to talk about, we're always going to talk about magnetic field that are 90 degrees perpendicular to direction of motion of the charged object. So let's pretend here that you have a charged, let's say here it's positive. Okay, so it's a little charge. And let's pretend here that this charge is moving in this direction. All right, so it's a charged particle, a positive charge moving. And let's say here that you have a magnetic field. So let me sort of get this like correct here. Yeah. So let's pretend here that there's a magnetic field, and the magnetic field is in blue, and the magnetic field would be like this. So this is the magnetic field lines here, okay, in blue. So magnetic field lines are coming toward you, sorry, they're going away from you. Okay, they're going into the page. All right. So this is a magnetic field. So let me see here. All right. So what will happen here is, so let me get this right here. I don't want to make a mistake. Yeah. All right. So this charge here will experience a magnetic force that will be exactly upwards. That is 90 degrees perpendicular. All right. So they experience a magnetic force upwards. And as a matter of fact, if you were to look at the 3D here, this is how it's going to look. All right. So it would look like this here. All right. So this would be like the direction of the charge, the velocity, direction of the charged particle. And this is the magnetic field. It goes like this. All right, and it's 90 degrees perpendicular here. It's 90 degrees perpendicular. Then the force will be like this. So the force will be like that. And this would also be 90 degrees perpendicular. So 90 degrees perpendicular to the field and 90 degrees perpendicular to the velocity, okay? All right. So whenever you have a charge moving in a field, a magnetic field, the charge will experience a magnetic force unless the charge is moving into the magnetic field or into or out the magnetic field. In this case, there won't be any magnetic force, okay? But here we're gonna sort of consider, like, we're always gonna consider the charge moving perpendicular to magnetic field, okay? To keep it like, all right, well, in a wire, what do you have? In a wire, you have charges, and those charges are moving. So if you put a wire in a magnetic field and you send current through it, those charges that move in the wires, and of course, these are the electrons that moves, they will experience a magnetic force. And so those electrons here will feel the magnetic force, kind of deflecting their initial trajectory through the wire. And actually here, those electrons will be deflected towards the side of the wire. And as a result here is that the electrons are not going to come out of the wire because there's some other force that keep the electrons in. So the overall effect here will be that the whole wire will sort of move. And this is what has been determined experimentally. So if you have a wire and you send current in a wire, and then you put in a magnetic field, let's say between poles of a magnet here, this wire will experience a magnetic force. So the wire will move, will accelerate. Okay, so will accelerate. So this is the right-hand rule number 3. And this is where I'm going to ask you in a short while here to put all your video on. Okay. Okay. First of all, before you do this, is that the magnetic force is always perpendicular to the current and the magnetic field, okay, all the time, all right? Now, if you send more current through a magnetic field, for the same magnetic field, you're gonna find that the magnetic force will be greater in a proportional relationship, all right? So if you double like the value of the current here for the same magnet here, the wire will feel a magnetic force that is twice as strong. For the same current, if you increase the intensity of magnetic field, the magnetic force will also increase and it'll be also proportional. So if you double the intensity of magnetic field, keeping the current the same, the magnetic force being felt by being experienced by the wire will be twice as much. Okay. Okay. Now the right-hand rule number 3 will tell you in which direction. Will sort of tell you in which direction like the magnetic force is exerted on a wire, current wire. Okay. So in this one here, this is the right-hand rule. I don't like this right-hand rule. Okay. The palm, if you want, you can do this. What I prefer here is this. So you take your right hand and you form like perpendicular, all perpendicular to each other. You see that? It looks like a gun, right? So I call this the FBI agent. FBI agent. All right, so FBI. So middle finger here stands for F, the force. Right? This, the index stands for the direction of the magnetic field. This is B. And your thumb, just like right-hand rule number 1 and 2, refers, right-hand rule number 1, they refer to direction of the current. FBI, agent. All right. Okay, so let's apply this to this picture right there. Okay, this picture right here. Okay, this is how it goes. The current is going this way. So I'll have to make my thumb go that way. See? Now, the magnetic field is going away from me. It's going away, right? It's going this way, right? So my current was like this. So this, B, FBI, the index is direction of magnetic field. Outside of magnet, it always go from north to south. So it goes this way. And middle finger here will give you the direction of the force. So the force is upwards, right? The force is upwards right here. All right, so the force is upwards. Okay, so this is right in rule number 3. All right, so no, we're not there yet. Okay, so let's go back to, so let's do like some practice here. All right, so let's have this. This is north and this is south. I have a wire right here, right, like going through like this. And the current is going this way. So it's going into the screen, into the board, okay, away from you as you look at it. In which way, in which direction will the electrical force be on this wire? All right, so here's how it goes. You take this, actually, okay, this is the time here. I hope it's not gonna crash. This time here when I'm gonna ask everyone to turn your video on. All right, take the, come on, video. Don't care if you're disheveled, I don't care. I never care about this. Oh, look at that. That's good to see. Okay, I need more people. Come on, Jerry, very good. Oh, I see you. Hi, Nikki. There you go. Hi, Nikki. Very good. I see only hands. Oh, who's this? That's okay. The hands is fine. That's all what I want. Okay, Claire, where are you there? I don't see your camera. What do I see like old people here? Okay, I don't know. I see only like a few here. Come on. Okay, all right, so let's do this here. All right, so the current is going into the board. So let's say like let's say your screen is on the bottom here. So your thumb, FBI, your thumb has to be down. All right, so you put this down. Okay, down. Just do it. Claire, come on. Claire, down. Okay, let me see your FBI. FBI, gun. No, like this. Gun. Come on, Claire. Yeah, very good. Okay, your thumb is pointing down. But now I cannot see your hand anymore. Put it in the camera. Okay, good. So this is down. Now you need to put B is the direction of your magnetic field. Now, if I go back to this, all right, the magnetic field outside of magnet always goes from north to south. So if I go back to this, right, the magnetic field goes this way. I don't know if you can still see it, right? You see this here? Magnetic field goes from north to south. So B is like this. Where's your hand? Claire, your hand. Cannot see it. There we go. So the current is going down. The magnetic field is going this way. So you're going to rotate this, right? This way. Hold on a second here. So the current is going down. The magnetic field is going this way. Yeah. All right. Hold on a second here. What did I do wrong here? So FBI. Yeah. So I is down. The magnetic field is going this. Yeah, that's it. So no, that's it. That's correct. So the force here is down, right? So the force is going to be down. All right. So the force here on this will be down. All right. So once again here. So if you do it like if you look at the graph here, current is going in. The magnetic field is like this. So the magnetic force will be down. You see that? So the FBI. Okay, you can turn this off if you want. Turn all this off. All right. Look, I didn't see your camera. All right, so how can I go back? Yes.
But isn't the current going inward? Because
Yeah,
it's
the current. Okay, so Elena, where's Elena?
So it would be like this, right?
So, well, I don't know. I cannot see you. Like, let me see here.
Sorry.
Okay,
Wait,
so yeah, so let's do this, Max. Max, look at me.
Okay.
All right. So you have this. You have your page or your iPad on your desk, right? Right.
iPad?
Oh, or would you? Do you have your screen in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have a screen in front of you, your current is going into the screen, right? Away from you, right? So this is like FBI. So I is like this, right? It's going into the screen, right? Into the screen, all right?
Yeah.
And the magnetic field, which is this, magnetic field outside of magnet goes from north to south. So it's going this way, right? So you already have it this way. So the current is going into the screen, magnetic field is going this, and where's your middle finger pointing? Downwards. So that's why it is downwards right here. Is that okay?
All right.
All right. Okay, so let's do another practice here. This is quite fun here. All right. All right, so in this case here, you have to tell me, whoops. Here, you have to tell me, what is this here? Is this north or south? What do you think this is, guys? So is it north or south, this one? Okay, some more people, perhaps to think. Okay, Eric. So what do you say?
North.
Okay, so Eric says it's north. So let's see here if he's right. Okay, it's FBI. So the current is coming out of the screen, so towards me. So my thumb is towards me, right? Towards me. So FBI. Right, I'll do it like this because it's a little bit easy. Well, anyway. Okay. Now the force is going this way. The force in middle fingers is going this way. I know you're gonna break your wrist. All right. So the current is coming towards me, right? The force is this way, and B, index is direction of the magnetic field. So the direction of the magnetic field is going that way. So magnetic field is going this way. If the magnetic field goes this way, magnetic field outside of magnet always go from north to south. So that means that this is north and this is south. You good? All right. So this is the FBI agent. FBI agent. Force, magnetic field, and current. All right. Okay. So have fun with this. Okay, so let's go back to that here. And then you have to practice. All right. Okay. So this idea here that magnetic fields, if you put if there's a wire that carries current and it's in a magnetic field, it will experience a magnetic force. This is the basis for this is the working basis behind like how a motor works, right? Okay, I wish I had a motor in front of me, or in front of you too, but you don't. Okay. Now we're going to talk about a DC motor. A DC motor means that it's direct current. You feed the motor with direct current. So the direct current means the current goes in only one direction. It doesn't sort of go back, only one direction. It doesn't mean that the value of the current stays the same, just tells you that the current goes in the same direction. So whenever you have a battery, you have direct current. The current goes only in one direction. Current that comes from the outlet is AC. It's called alternating current. So the current goes one way and then goes the other way, and then goes back to the same way, and so on. It goes back and forth like this. So you're going to sort of we're going to learn later why we have alternating current or AC. Okay, a little bit later. Okay, so DC motor has three essential parts here. You have an external magnet, or you could also use like electromagnets if you want. But let's see, an external magnet here. You have this here, like A and D. So these are called the brush. Okay, carbon brush may not be like made of carbon brush, right? It's brush here, and this is connected. So you see here, like the positive. This is connected to the positive side of the battery. This is this little wire here. So this brush here is connected to wire, and the wire itself is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Okay. Now you remember a motor. What you want? You want it to rotate. Okay. Okay. So you have in the middle here what is called a split ring commutator. So a split ring commutator is something cylindrical like this, and it rotates. And split ring commutator is made up mostly of an insulator. So it could be plastic, wood, well, perhaps not wood, plastic of some sort, okay? But on each face here, you have a very tiny deposit of a layer of metal. It doesn't go all the way through, right? So here you have a bit of metal here, symbolized by black here, and you have a little layer of metal on the other side, okay? So the idea here is that as this thing rotates, as long as the brush makes contact with the metallic part, there'll be current going through. Now, when the brush is in contact with the insulator part, like the current will stop, okay, for a brief moment, right? Okay, and so on. Okay, so far, so good. Okay, so you have an external magnet, an external, and then you have the brush, an extra, like a battery here, and you have a split ring commutator. Now, attached to the split ring commutator, you have a ring. Okay, you have a wire that goes in loop, right? Okay, so basically what you want is you want a motor to turn something. Okay, so let's look at this. Here's the current. The current comes in, goes from high to low. So the current comes in, goes through the brush. The brush is making contact with the black metallic part, allowing the current to go through. So the current goes in this direction. So let me make this like a little bit like bigger. All right, so the current is going from A to C. So in red, I'm going to put the current. So the current is going from A. Whoa, this is big. So let me see this. So the current here is going. Current is going this way. All right. So this is the direction of the current here. All right. That's the direction of the current right here. Now, there's a magnetic field here. The magnetic field is going, so I'm going to put it in blue. Outside of magnet always go from north to south. So it goes like this. So this is the magnetic field here. All right, goes like that. Okay, so let's look at A to B. The current is going away. The current is going away. It's going from A to B. So my current is going this way. Okay, current is going this way, away from me. The magnetic field is going from this way. I don't know. I cannot say right or left because I always mix them up. So going this way. So I'm going to sort of flip this. All right. So here from A to B, the current is going away. It's going from A to B. Magnetic field is this way. So the force will be up. And this is what is symbolized here. So So let's see. So this one here is the magnetic force. The magnetic force is upwards, right? So this, okay, on this segment here, right? Now, B2C, I'm not going to sort of tell you, well, you remember I told you if the current is in the same direction or opposite to the magnetic field, there's no force. So there won't be any force on the segment B2C, okay? Now, when the current comes back from C to D, what happened here is the current now is going, so the magnetic field is still going this way, but the current is going towards D, so it's coming towards me. So now what happens here is the force now is down, right? Force is down, all right? So the force is down on this. So what will be the overall effect? Well, on AB, you have a force pulling this way. On CD, on the other side, you have a force pulling that way. So what will happen here is that this coil will rotate, and it will rotate this way. Everyone is agree like this? Rotates. Everyone agrees like that? Okay, so if you have a question, just let me know. Okay, now once the coil is in the vertical direction, the brush is now in contact with the plastic part of the split ring commutator. So for a brief moment of time, there won't be any current going through. All right, there won't be any current going through. That's okay. The coil will still rotate because of inertia. Okay, now, so bear with me here. What you want is you want like the coil to rotate one way. Now notice here that if the current in the coil did not change direction, right? If the current in the coil did not change direction, when AB is on the other side, the current will still be going. Okay, so so the current is going this way, right? Go like this here. The current is still going A to B. The force will still be up. So what happens here is that when this side here, AB is on the other side, the force now is going up. So what will happen here is instead of having your coil going in only one direction, the moment it passes the vertical, like there'll be a force pulling it the other direction. All right. So if the current in the coil here keeps on going the same direction all the time, yeah, hold on a second. So if the current keeps on going the same direction all the time, what happens is this coil will go like this. And this is not what you want. You don't want to, yeah, no, palm room is not easier. It's really, well, it's easier on perhaps on the hand, but it's better this, believe me. All right, so it's gonna do like this. So what you want to do is you want the coil to be going in the same direction. So what you want to make sure of, you want to make sure that when this side AB is on the other side, you want the force not to be pointing up, but you want the force to be pointing down. Well, how do you do this? The magnetic field here is still going the same direction. So what you do here, you can do this by inverting the direction of the current in the coil. All right. How do you do this? Well, you do this by the split ring commutator. When this goes past the vertical here, when it goes past the vertical, okay, this is a little laggy here, it's coming up. Okay, when it goes back the vertical here, notice here that the white part here, right? The white part, the metallic white part, right? Which is connected to the CD side, right? This side of the coil. Notice here that now it's going to be connected to the positive terminal. It was connected to the negative terminal, right? Now it's connected to the positive terminal. And the black metallic part here, part that is connected to the AB side, is now connected to the negative side. So the effect here will be that the current in the coil will reverse direction in such a way that when AB, remember, so when AB is on the other side, the current will be going from B to A in such a way that the magnetic force will be pointing in the same direction. So you want like the magnetic force to be the same on this side here, whatever, right? So that the motor goes in the same direction, okay? So the goal of I'm going to stop sharing here. I'm going to share it again because it seems to be frozen. The goal of a splitting commutator is to allow the current in the coil to change in such a way that the coil goes in the same direction. Okay. So if you still don't understand here, like just look at this in greater details. Now I'm going to show you this from a different perspective. Okay. And so go to the very last. Do this. It's going there. Going there. All right. So this is a motor from a different perspective here. All right, so here are your two magnets. It's really, really hard like to see like which one is north, which one is south here, but it doesn't really matter here. So one is north, one is south. This is connected, right? Because you cannot separate them, right? So you have external magnets. You have the source right here, right? The battery. It shows you the current flow. Oh, that's good. So this, for once, this textbook gives you the conventional current. Okay, so it goes from high to low, right? And here are your brush here. So these are metal here. This is a brush. And here in the center, you have what is called the splitting commutator. They don't show you like the plastic part of it. They show you only the metallic part, right? So here it's the metallic part. You see the gap right here. And this is connected, of course, to a coil, right? So there's a coil here. And there may be like little magnets here. Doesn't really matter. Well, usually it doesn't have to have a magnet inside. When you have a current going through a coil, it acts like a magnet. Remember a bar magnet? So it acts like it's an electromagnet. Okay, everyone is okay with this? All right, so let's look at this here. Okay, so this, so what you want to do, so you want to make sure that this coil, boy, this is, you want to make sure that this coil goes in the same direction. Okay, all right. So let's look at this. So let's follow the current here. I'll put it in red. So let's follow the current. So the current comes in. The brush is connected to the A side of the, one side of the splitting commutator. The current goes through the coil, right? And then goes there and then back to B. Back to B, right? And then B is connected to the negative side of the battery and goes back, all right? Right? Okay, now remember right-hand rule number 2. Right-hand rule number 2, you wrap the coil in the direction of the current and it'll tell you, the thumb will tell you which direction is north. So when the current here goes in the coil, this one is going to be north and this one is going to be south. Now, this is your external magnet right here. Well, what do you see here? You have south and south. So what will happen here? There'll be a force of repulsion, right? So there'll be a force of repulsion, right? So there'll be a magnetic force here, right? Right, forcing this end of this coil to go this way. Now, similarly here, you have north and north. So there'll be also a force, magnetic force on this end this way, repulsive force. So the overall result here will be that the coil will turn in this direction. Will turn clockwise, turn clockwise. You want to see that? Okay. Now, let's see here that this coil has gone by the vertical. If the current, so if the current were to go in the same direction, when this coil is on the other side here, when it's over here, this would be south still, right? However, what happens here is this. Oh, well, no, for now it's okay, sorry. That's fine. Okay, sorry, it's the next step, sorry. Okay, so if you look at this, it has gone past the vertical. This side here, the A side of the spin commutator is still connected to the plus side, so no problem. The current goes in the same direction in the coil, and now you have south and north. So now you'll have an attractive force, right? And similarly here, you have an attractive force as well. And this is fine because you want your coil to go in this direction all the time, right? Okay, the problem comes if it goes past the horizontal. If the current in the coil stays the same, guys, if the current in the coil stays the same, and as it goes past the horizontal, so if the coil is like this, right? So I'm going to erase this in a second here, but if the coil were like this now, right? So the coil was like this, and if the current did still go in the same direction, this would be south still, right? But here you have north. So what will happen here? There'll be an attractive magnetic force. So it will force this coil to go back, but that's not what you want. You want it to go in the clockwise direction. So how do you do this? Well, of course, you're not going to change the north and the south here. Well, you could, but that's one technique you can use. So what you're going to do is not this. What you're going to do is you want to make sure that this side here, the south side, becomes north, and this side becomes south. How do you do this? By changing the direction that the current goes in the coil. And this is done by the split ring commutators. So the next one here, you can see here the next one. Right? So you can see here that the A side, remember the A side was connected to the positive side of the battery. It's a little bit laggy here. Come on. So remember, the A side here was connected to the positive side of the battery, right? Now, when it's gone past the horizontal, the A side now is connected to the negative terminal, and the B side is now connected to the positive. So what happens here is that the current in the coil will change direction. So remember here, this was south here, but now since the current has changed, now it has become north. It's become north. And now you have north and north. So now you have a magnetic repulsive force going this way. And then the same thing happens here. You have like south and south. So there'll be a repulsive force going this way. And then this coil will go in the same direction, clockwise. So that's why you need a split ring commutator here to make sure that the current in the coil changes direction in such a way that the coil goes in the same direction all the way through. Yes, Max.
So how are you able to in this instance like change the direction of the current?
Well, you can see here. Look, this side here. So if I you see this side here of the coil, right? A side,
Yeah.
right? It was connected to the positive side. So the current is going in the coil like this, right? And going the other side, blah, blah, blah. Notice here that when it has rotated, right? The A side now, right? The A side now, if you follow the current here, the A side here is connected now to the negative side. It was connected to the positive side. Now it's connected to the negative side. So, and this side here is the B side is connected, that was connected to the negative side, is connected to the positive side, right? So that will sort of force like the current to go in the other direction. And as it goes in the other direction, of course, the polarity like is inverse. So this side here that was south will become north.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, so questions. If you don't see this, like just look at this diagram very carefully. But once again, the purpose of a splitting commutator is to allow the coil to go in the same direction by inverting the current in the coil. All right. So questions. That's a DC motor. I will talk about an AC motor later. That's a DC motor. Are you good? Okay, so on the website, you have some problems to work on. I did send like the problems on a separate sheet, right? Because I don't want you to write in the textbook. So make sure that you have printed this, and then you can sort of write on it directly your answers. All right. Now let me sort of double check here if you can do everything that. Yeah, 2630. Yes, absolutely, you can do that. Just let me make a. Okay, so let me make this like a little bit clear here. Okay, so let me share the screen here. All right. This problem here, you have to tell me if the coil, it's a coil here, right? You have to tell me if the coil is rotating like this or rotating like that. So you have to tell me if the upper portion of the coil here, is it moving towards you or if it's moving away from you, right? In other words, is the coil moving this way or moving that way, all right? So you pretend here there's an axis, a little axis here of rotation. Let's do this like a bit better, yeah. So that's axis of rotation here. And what you have to tell me, you have to let me know, does this rotate this way, right? Or this way, all right? That's what you have to tell me here. So is it rotating this way or is it rotating that way? Okay. Okay, it's the same thing here. Okay, okay, good. So questions? Madav, no, palm room is not easier, Madav. It's easier on your hand, as I said, but it's not. Believe me, next year you will want this. Actually, next year I'm going to teach you something better than this. Okay, so Monday there won't be any lecture because this is Victoria Day, so it's a holiday. So I wish you and your family have a nice holiday. I know it's not going to be a terrific weekend in terms of precipitation, but it's going to be nice in terms of temperature. So on Saturday, if it's nice, please go outside, take a walk, right? Keep your distance, of course, right? But go for a walk. You certainly need that exercise of some sort. And that's it. So I'll meet you on Tuesday at 10:30. Okay. So any questions? All right, good. All right, so I'll see you on Tuesday, guys. So God bless and have a great long weekend.
I'm Mr. Leduc.
Bye-bye.